I don't know why mom keeps saying they want to be recorded on screen. I'm gonna go anyway.
That's a mindset. Something.
Want to be recorded on screen?
Yeah, it's just gonna be going live. So I don't know what to do. I just noticed that.
I'm gonna just see. If not, I'll just Did yours say that too? Did you want to record on?
I think that's. Yeah.
Shalom, Joshua. Hebrew Israelites, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Once again, prophesied the downfall of Babylon the Great. First things first, all praise glory to Power, Hashem, Yahushua, God. Fellow Hebrew tongues, correct name of the Heavenly Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Shalom, Jesus, brothers, living the truth. Shalom, Jesus, brothers and sisters. Listening and studying to yourselves the food. Shalom. Hey, come to talk today. Number one important prophecy that's about to come up that's on the books, and that's that MOTV, that Quran. Like we right around the corner for them for Esau to push that in. And I'm so ready for that to be implemented because that's going to be the game setter when that prophecy unfolds. That's going to separate the true prophets from the false prophets. That's going to separate the true believers from the unbelievers. Like when that thing get initiated, ain't going to be no finessing, ain't going to be no like, I'm highly favored, I'm saved, and I love Jesus and all that type of stuff. When you got that device in your body, that's gonna be, where you're gonna see with your eyes who's who when that thing rolls out. And that, like I said, you got a lot of camps that don't teach the true mark of the beast, which is that device that's about to come out. And then the thing about that is when you don't teach the correct prophecy on that, well, look what's gonna happen to these other camps and people who follow them. When this prophecy roll out, and you're not built up with that, it's going to create doubt. That's what it's going to do. It's going to be like, dang, he was wrong about that. Then you're going to doubt your whole doctrine. Like, is this wrong? Is this right? And that's going to put you in a messed up place then. Because once this thing hit, you're supposed to be fully, your confidence should be fully in on what you believe in. You ain't got a chance for no doubt. Ain't no, is this right? Is that right? If you got any little bit of doubt, man, hey, you're going to fold when that situation hit. That's why it's so good to get the 100% truth. That way, when it comes, you ain't got to go back to the drawing board and look over your shoulder. So we start us out with this Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls them all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. See right there, this ain't no spiritual mark. This ain't no sleeping with so-called white women. This ain't no embargo. What else y'all done heard? Yeah, this ain't Christianity. If that's the case, everybody got the mark in. Everybody was in that. They the mark of the beast was Esau system. The military, the Christian faith, and all of that stuff like that. With that being said, that means everybody got the mark. Because we all in the system. So how's that going to be a separator? And then, like, they say he calls them all, So it's got to be, it's a certain thing that's going to come out. We say it's the RFID, micro thing, when it comes to charisma, that's going to be the separator. And all Esau Edom got to do is crash the dollar that we got now, the current currency. Because the currency about to go digital, That's how he's going to force everybody. That's why I say right here, you might not buy or sell unless no man has the mark. Which I'm gonna get to that on 17. And then no man might buy or sell, say that he has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, but it's the number of man, and his number is 636. And that 306 go into a barcode. You got 666 on every barcode. I'm pretty sure when that NFC and the Neuralink go out, that's going to be on there. So that shows you right there, and that's how he gonna give life to the image of the beast and make people worship the image of the beast. Because if you worship Mammon and you already locked up for that jump shot, you already prepped for it, So we already got a precursor to see who's gonna go for it or not. We got a lot of people talking about, I ain't gonna line up for that jump shot. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't doing that. We look up at what they do. They went and did. I had to keep my job. I had to feed my children, whatever excuse they came with, I wasn't trying to get sick, And they're gonna do the same thing with MOTB rollout. That's why anybody that got that lined up for the jump shot, most likely they're gonna take the MOTB. Most likely. And that's because they're not built up with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to, forsake that. They don't even know. They say they all set up for sweet baby Jesus. And plus Christianity don't even talk about that. They don't even tell you that's to come. They don't even talk about the mark of the beast. Christianity, they don't even give you, they just say it's the mark of the beast, 666. That's it. They don't even cover Revelation.
I got one real quick. This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil is going into the physical counterpart that Esau Edom. Shall cast some of you into prison that ye may be tried. You shall have tribulation 10 days, and a set amount of time. Be thou faithful unto death, I'll give you a crown of life. All right, so, and we know that there's going to be times of tribulation, right? Times of trial, especially for the men of the Lord. But hey, through the Spirit, pay how much outside, we, who has shown mercy upon us by giving us this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, we're being built up.
That's a beautiful precept right there, man, because all of those people that's not going to go along with the mark, that's most likely what's going to happen. And that's what Esau even got set up for, a concentration camp. So if you don't go along with that, that mandate, or if you don't go along with receiving that mark, that's what the devil is going to do. He's going to cast you into prison.
It's basically like the ultimate faith test at the end of the day. When Esau turns off the lights, turns off the system, and you have no way to eat, go and get food from the store or whatever it may be. A lot of people, that's going to be the ultimate test of faith. They're going to separate the boys from the men. Also 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 69. The day that conceal unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. So at the end of the day, and we know, there's going to be many that will conceal unto Esau Edom. They're going to bow down, worship that beast system, for taking that MOTB, that Rama, because they're going to look like Esau the only way out. They don't have the wisdom and knowledge of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai. All right, and they're gonna go with what they know, and the only thing they know is that of the world, which is Esau Edom. Their God. They're gonna get destroyed.
I'm gonna bring a precept back to what I just said. This is Revelation 13 and 15. He had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So they ain't gonna do like they did with this jump shot. This time if you don't take this, they're gonna take you to the camp and put you, in the firing squad, or put your neck in a guillotine and off with your head. That's why our faith is about to kick in.
This is Revelation 14 and 9. We read down to 10. It says, then another angel, a third one, followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any worship the beast and the image and receives the mark on his forehead or in his hand, he also will drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which is mixed in full strength in the cup of his anger, and he will be trodden with the fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angel and the presence of the Lamb.
Hear that? So what he said, the fire and the brimstone, that's when them ICBMs come out. That's what you're gonna be hit with, man. You're gonna get left behind.
The presence of the angels and the Lamb, the presence of the holy angels and Yahushai, because once the missiles are shot off, then you're gonna see them chariots up in the sky, because the elect gonna be getting that salvation.
You ain't gonna get hit with missiles, you're gonna get hit with the concentrated chariot fire as well, man.
With the presence,
chariots of the Lamb.
They gonna be bugging out too. You think somebody ain't never heard the doctor or whoever, the missiles are in the air, and you see the chariots.
They gonna get a lot of people go make this see it, man. I ain't seen it. And I like to say the president, your house gonna be here, man. Fellowship gonna be here, the chariots gonna be here, and that's why I say they're like, it's so important to know the truth, man. You gotta know that your help is on the way. And that right there helps, that'll build your faith to hang on tight. They got us in the center of people camp. You gonna keep the faith. The church is on the way. Once MOTB hit in, that's like when it's game time. It's time you should have your uniform on. Your what's they called the new garment, your white garment. You need to be built up. God, you got to be armored up, man. If you believe that it's the mark of the beast was sleeping with white women or philosophy, that's a chink in your armor. And that little chink right there, and that's gonna you saw gonna use that. That's gonna erode right there. That little chink. That's why the apostle elders are like my brothers get on them other camps all the time because that false doctrine right there is gonna make you fall, man. That little bit of doubt, because that's doubt. You know, you got a lot of camps like the one I came from, Washington Israel. They teach a lot of what GMS teach, but he's wrong on that MOTB. And that one little thing right there, man, that's gonna make you that little bit of doubt. That's all Esau needs. That little bit of doubt, and that's gonna get you knocked out. That's why you gotta be like I said, you gotta be fully armored up. You're gonna need 100% truth when this thing hit off, man. Hey, Esau gonna test you. Esau gonna have you in that camp like, man, hey, we about to do it to him, man. Hey, he next. You gonna see people getting that guillotine, they already ordered them up. You know, dude getting, you know, slink, and then you next up. And hey, you can't be having doubts at that time. You know? That's why, hey, it's so important to get the truth out and get it 100% correct and right to divide the word.
I got a couple real quick. The second Ezra chapter 9, verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world has a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. And how's the end manifest? By way of these scriptures. All right? If the spirit power, how much you got shots over the hell pulse going down. You got like-minded brothers on the highways of Bible is able to, you know, go into these scriptures and foretell the signs that we are at the end. All right? We say, and the end is manifest, even so the times of the highest have claimed beginnings in wonders and powerful works and endings in effects and signs. All right, we've seen those effects and signs playing out throughout the earth. All right, and say, and everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby you have believed shall be preserved from the said perils and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
Woo! I love it. My favorite precept right there, man. Hey, that's why, hey, we're going to be reduced to that faith, man. Faith is the principal thing. We don't need that.
And everybody else, verse 9 says, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways. And they that have cast away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they have broken my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet a place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. And that's gonna be the ultimate reboot for a lot of the 2/3, you know. Hey, Lil Will, we in that upper left, but hey, you look around this world, that's exactly what we need. You know, you got these devils in power, and then you got, you know, your 2/3 is all confused, you know, just chasing the bag or whatever. Hey, that's what it's gonna take, you know. That's gonna be that righteous reset by your house shooting outside. That's gonna be global. You know what I mean?
LBGT, ABC community. You got one.
Dead. Hey, they dead. They take the racer board. They gone.
I actually got two precepts to back y'all up with that one, man. Because in the book of Matthew, Yahweh Shai was spoken about like when the devil they get ready to put that squeeze on you, they get ready to, make the food go shorted. All right, and then whenever they bring that mark, okay, Yahweh Shai said it himself in Matthew chapter 6:45. He said, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, for ye shall eat. So like I said, for what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet your body, that what ye shall put on. And is not the life more than meat, and is your body in remnant? Behold, the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor do gather in the barn, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much more better than they? Okay, so when the devil get ready to bring that mark, the heavenly Father said, take no thought of what to come, because he got you. As long as you believe on him, he's gonna cover you. Okay? So in the part where it says, "Are you not much better than the birds of the air?" Okay, because the birds, they get fed every single day. Every single day you hear them tweeting. Every morning you wake up, you hear them singing the song. Okay, so that's the point that how about Yahweh said he's going to prepare a way for you as long as you don't go get that mark. But if you get that mark, okay, you try to save yourself in this life. Which I'm gonna get that real quick. This is the book of Luke chapter 17. And I'm gonna start at verse 32. It said, "Remember Lot's wife." Okay, the story of Lot. Okay, they told her to run and not turn back around. What did she do? She turned back around and she turned into a pillar of salt. Okay, because she was so busy trying to get to the riches of this world, which it means nothing. All right, verse 33. "Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it." So if you go and get that mark, okay, you're seeking to save your life. So therefore you're going to lose it. All right. And it says, "Whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it." All right. So if you give up all of these worldly riches and follow Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai is going to preserve your life. All right, you got it out.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's perfect right there, man. That's it. Yeah, my head, that on the comment board as well, man. Like you said, it was perfect because like say it fit their jump shot. Everybody get on their jump shot. They went to go get that thing, see they gonna preserve their life, save their life. And I'm like, you lost your life.
It don't even matter if because the minute you take that jump shot, even a lot of people be like, "Oh, I got it. I'm okay. Well, okay, but what about 10 years from now? What about 15 years from now?"
Hey, it's very spiritual too. I think it's like all us brothers, being younger brothers to the truth. Where, hey, the Lord woke us up right in the nick of time. Right. Like, hey, I heard this truth. Right when this stuff first stuff started. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, I sat back and think like, what if I didn't hear? Hey, what if I wouldn't have heard the truth? I might have went, eventually got that thing. You know what I mean? But hey, the water, how much our son. They didn't open our eyes, but hey, once you come to this truth, realize who the wicked are, who the devil is, it all makes sense, and therefore the scripture tell you never trust our enemies. So hey, you know who the enemy is. You can't go and take his shit. Right. That's
it makes sense.
I know. So I got one real quick. Isaiah 65:13. Therefore, that said the Lord Yahweh power. Behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. So again, hey, the Lord drawing a line, the elect, so his servants, all right, hey, they're gonna be all right. No matter the conditions of the trial that we have to go through. Hey, if it be Lord will, we're gonna endure. All right, the Lord gonna provide for whatever it is we need in those times.
I got one. Go ahead. Okay, I got it. It's gonna go with what you just said. And then they go into what you said earlier too. That like the Most High woke us up to the truth right before the structure set out. Man, that's mercy and grace right there. We give our praise for that. Check this out. This Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which will come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth, man. So that right there should keep your faith. Man, most I said, keep the word of my patience, I should keep you from the hour of temptation. That's why we're not rushing out, lining up for jump shots, and not eager to get that device. Talking about it's only logical. We're not in that scripture. We looking to solidify our faith. And like the preacher you just read earlier, man. I love that preacher. That's a good faith right there. Like we're gonna lean on the Lord when all hell breaks. We're gonna look on the Lord to feed us and clothe us, direct us. When everybody gonna be lost, not having no direction. Like I said, hey, when this thing get even worse, when Esau closed down, they're really gonna go to whatever Esau say do. He gonna have them then. Like you said earlier, once Esau cut the power grid off, the famine kick in, he take all the food away. Hey, man, them people gonna do whatever he say do. He tell them strip butt naked right now, we'll feed you. They gonna do it. Like some New Jack City stuff. They gonna turn around. And like I said, they gonna have them doing the hokey pokey, stick your left foot out, spin around for the food.
Then you got these entertainers and whatnot. And you see how these people are bugged out about them. I can't even think of one. But, like one of what's that one? Nicki Minaj come out on stage and I go, we'll bring Nicki out if y'all do this. You know what I mean?
They'll do it. You right.
It's simple. So they fall for some simple shit like that. When it comes to food and not having nothing.
The Chris Rock and Will Smith scenario.
Yeah, God, that made me think about something else where they said if you go get that jump shot, then you get free donut for a whole year.
Oh yeah, that was horrible. Lotteries.
Yeah.
Lap dancing.
Yeah.
They did it for lap dancing, man. I'm like, man, how simple can you be?
How long without go about those simple people?
Yeah, you gotta look at history because history's there. Like the scripture said, things are written aforetime. Well, hey, we got the scriptures aforetime. We also got histories and characteristics of the wicked, these devils. And when have they ever said, hey, we're rolling out this thing to help people, but we're going to offer incentives. You know they never. They straight in the old days. Hey, come take this. Hey, we're gonna probably kill you. You know what I mean? Now it's like, come take this, and we're gonna give you this, and that.
Weed. Yeah. I mean, they doing weed. You get sent out some little weed. The description is doing that. You show your little card, so you get 2 grams of that purple earth.
And really, what it is, I think the spirit is like whatever is inside that stuff is used for that thing that's coming. But also, they wanted to see how much resistance they was going to have for the thing that is coming.
So, they got what they call a control group. They now know the control group. Like I say this all the time, they don't have enough military resources to go to every single American citizen's house. So they know that was like Esau kind of hunter. He gonna set the trap first. So now he did the scenario. So now he knows who's gonna comply, who's not gonna comply. So I don't have to send military troops to this person's door because they've already got their jump shot in. All I can do is roll out. He gonna go with it. Now this person over here, he didn't take no test. He ain't got no jump shot. Hey, we're gonna send Alpha Bravo team to his house and do some hard persuasion.
I need to break this down. This is 2nd Ezra 9:1. It said, he answered me and then said, measure thou the time diligently in itself when thou seest part of the sign pass, which I have told thee before. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Woo, that's talking about these prophecies. And a big prophecy we see roll out. We just said it was Esau rolling out that jump shot agenda, man. That was a prophecy, man. Then you got Ukraine and Russia going at it. Plus, mainstream media is now prepping the MOTV. This ain't conspiracy theory stuff no more. They rolling it out. And like I said, I just did a lesson, they making it sound real sexy. Like, you ain't gotta open your car door. You just wave your hand. You ain't gotta dig in your wallet, none of that, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta pick your phone up to use it to make calls. You ain't gotta open up your laptop, you wanna link up to the internet. It's all in one. They make it sound real good. The people, they get prepped. They like, hey, that sounds good.
Make it sound real convenient. Yeah. And that's basically the world of Esau. Everything's convenience,
We ain't gotta worry about identity theft no more.
Yeah, so that's that measurement time diligence, man. We can see the MOTV about to roll out because Esau is promoting it. They got the metaverse set up.
And you also see the demonizing starting to take place in the prophets.
That's one sign of the time, special time diligence. That's all the prophecies, man. They all, like I say, it's all now, the Hebrew Israelites is the talk of the town now. Everybody want to know about the Hebrew Israelites, what you going to do about it. They pray, what's that chick's name that went to Supreme Court? Ketanji Jackson. They were part of her inauguration. They like, well, what about the African Hebrew Israelites? I'm like, hey, that let me know that, like, Congress said that. So that's on Esau's mind right now. That's a major thing. He's like, okay, we got to get these dudes off the streets because they're calling out our plans. How we get them to take this and they up for time into biblical, scriptures, you know what I'm saying? So we got to get them out the way because we the control group. We the group that's like ushering in when people ain't going to take it, because they ain't got to worry about plantation Christianity. Plantation Christianity going to enforce it. They enforce the jump shot. They're going to line up,
get your thing, you know.
Plantation Christianity is already the congregation of the dead, so it ain't gonna matter. You know what I mean?
And I got one more before we get to that, because this gonna kind of go with that too. This is off Jeremiah Kabar, Shalom, Shalom, Mighty Ak. Yeah, y'all subscribe and be edified by that brother, man. Strong brother in the truth. He brought out this Zephaniah 1 and 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children and all as such as are clothed with strange apparel. So that strange apparel going to anybody that doesn't have this truth, doesn't have this doctrine. And right now, that's a lot of Israelites. The majority is not in the house of David, you know. So if you got that strange apparel on, hey, Yahweh Shai, like I read earlier in the scriptures, he's gonna dump that fire and brimstone on your butt. You're gonna probably starve to death. Esau gonna probably knock you off with the sword. You might get knocked off with the sword from another Jake. You know what I'm saying? You might die from pestilence. Because Esau now talking about more pestilence is coming. They said there's one coming in the fall. Now they're talking about bird flu. I'm pretty sure they're gonna dig up the swine flu. And it's like, you know what? All kind of flus is going out here. You know, we got a new thing. It's universal. You know, all in one. You know, take that, and you're gonna be all right.
We even throw stimulus on there.
Yeah, a little stimulus check and a t-shirt. Yeah. I've been had the jump shot.
So I've been God.
No, that's the you come on with it, huh?
I got another precept. It's another precept out of Jeremiah Gabar, Shalom. It's 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. And it said, the Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. But chiefly them that walk after the flesh and lust of uncleanness and despise government, presumptuous are they, self-willed, they are not afraid to speak evil of dignity. Whereas angels, which are greater in power and might, bring not railing accusation against them before the Lord, but these are natural brute beasts made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption.
Woo, that back of everything we just got to say. Now, I like the most I call them brute beasts. Because you think about it, they are brute beasts, man. They just do whatever pleases their flesh.
Without the flesh, you know, without the spirit, you know, proper understanding, that's what it says. You're always dead bones. You're always
God.
You know what I mean? Basically, brute beasts.
And then Esau, he's looking to change the origins. So if you like a brute beast, you chasing your flesh, man. Esau's like, man, you know it's convenient for you to chop your rod off and be a woman. Yeah. You know, you get the bag, you get on OnlyFans. You know, if you ain't got the spirit, you gonna do it.
You go up down verse 13 right here. I just 2 Peter chapter 2 and 13. And it said, and shall receive the reward of unrighteousness, as they that counted pleasure to riot in the daytime, but they are in blemish, sporting themselves with their own deceiving, while they feast with you, having the eyes are full of adulteries and cannot cease from sin, beguiling unstable souls, and heart that they have exercised with combative practice, cursed children.
Woo, woo. So that's spot on, man. That's right there. Hey, you ain't in the right mind, and you ain't got this wisdom, not the understanding, and you know the righteousness in you, and you going by what society say. Yeah. Hey, society about to have you a walking, talking missile proof, man.
You gotta really think like what fucking sense of reality do these people really live in where you think it's okay for a man to go get this thing chopped? You know what I mean? Like, that just goes to show you the times we in. This is like sick, perverted, twisted ass shit. What's that? Esau is no perverted person is Esau.
God. I know you lose proud of talking about no more perverted man than Esau either. Like you said, you got women chopping they breasts off. You know, I showed a picture of that. You know, they all bandaged up. And they proud of it. They do it in pride. You know, they call it Pride Month. You know, I'm proud I chopped it off. I'm proud I took hormone therapy. You know, and changed myself up. And then look, like you said earlier when we started counting, they think they right. They'll argue with you. They tell you wrong, man. You over there with your natural.
They'll say the Lord was wrong when he made him.
Yeah, like he made a mistake.
He's stupid.
I should have been born a wolf.
Hey, people like that, they got special, right on. Hey, man.
The Lord comes spiritual solid.
Yeah,
It is going out heavy right now, man. They quote that. I just seen an article here in Oklahoma City. Man, it's controversial, man. They doing it everywhere else, but now they're doing like trans reading groups for children. And I'm like, man, that's why. Huh?
Drag queen article you posted.
Yeah, they're doing. I know they're doing it there, but they're doing it now here in Oklahoma. We're supposed to be the Bible Belt.
That reminds me. Spills on me. I had a little thought here the other day, and I was thinking, you know how they're pushing all this fucking this trans shit, yada yada, outfits. Well, you gotta think, here a while back, we was getting the reports of that the people that got that juice, they say it affects that immune system. So basically, people are gonna be getting that AIDS, HIV, and all that shit from that thing, from that junk shop. So there's gonna be a big outbreak there, HIV, AIDS, and they're gonna say, it's because of all the alphabet, but really, they give the people, shut down people's immune system with that juice, man.
Synthetic one, yeah, right. Hey, and I said, hey, death in the thing, you know what I'm saying? Hey, he saw, he packed to death.
John 10 verse 10, he coming out to kill, steal, and destroy. And if you think otherwise, man, hey, you're gonna get shown real soon.
And then, like, we on that topic of trans, and so that's so big. I see why Esau doing that, because now they're doing, the trans on your sexuality. What they're prepping you for, because we're going to a phase, the MOTB rollout, that's transhumanism. Transhumanism. So if you are trans your sexuality, you're going to trans, you prep for that. You're going to take that. Like, I already chopped my rod off. What's putting this in me? Like, they getting you used to doing body modification.
You're getting them devil implants.
Like, God. That's why they promote piercings. I know that a lot of Jakes is getting all kind of, a bunch of piercings everywhere. Getting you used to doodling, getting a bunch of tattoos. Like, they want to get you desensitized to body modification. That way, when MOTB roll out, you'll look at it like the next logical step. Like, it's only logical. And then, like, hey, I feel really bad. I can, for the men that got a big bag. Say you got like $2 million, they cash is no good, now we using this Fed coin or Americoin, whatever the hell they gonna call it. Hey, that's a strong temptation, brother gonna be switch it over here.
Yeah, you said it earlier. He thought he was a cunning hunter. So if he wants you to follow along with that, and then he's like, well, you had $2 million, but the only way you get access to your money, you gotta go ahead and get that. And that's the bank right
like
there.
When the Lord was talking to that,
big job.
When he was talking to that one guy, I can't remember where exactly talking, to the guy, he was like, I'm giving up all involved you, what's left, and the Lord said, hey, sell everything you got, because he had a lot of, some riches and shit, and he couldn't do that, you know what I mean?
He walked out, he was mad at
that shows too the law. Remember he talking about the law kept the law perfect? I did this as a youth. Once I say I don't care about that, sell what you got, and then follow me like say good news.
So people who do have a little bit of something in this society, it's gonna be, it's gonna be a little tough. You know what I mean? Like us brothers who have faith and don't have much. Hey, the Lord set it up beautifully for us. We don't really have. We ain't really much. We got. You know what I mean? We got shit.
They got we the poor. You know what I'm saying? Not for the rich man. And then now I understand that one precept too, Akim, where it said it's easy for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. Now we're seeing how they play in. Because when this MOTB kicked in, if you got, especially the dudes that got like $300 million, like those super celebrities like a LeBron James, man, they gonna take that thing, man. They not gonna, I'm gonna be for the Lord. No, man, they already sold out. They got this on. They got plans in this place. They got investments, so they gonna take it, man. They already set up. Yahweh already set them up.
Why they gonna get destroyed along with it?
I got one perfect piece to back that up. It's Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18, where there is no vision, the people perish. And They've got this mass death on earth because people don't have that they're lacking that vision, right? That spiritual vision of what is to come. All right, you know, to say where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law happy is he that, keepeth the words you have on your side, rehearses right side best ability, but mainly, being built up in these postures of what is to come. All right, because again, if you know that there's a train coming down the track, it's gonna be here in 10 seconds. You ain't about to go stand on that track. If you don't know, you know what I mean?
You're blind. They blind. 2/3 is blind, man.
You're drunk on that wine or whatever. You stay on that track, guys. Gonna be dumb for it.
They groping around, man, and they in the dark because like all this stuff was happening. MOTV about to be ushered in. If I was to tell the 2/3 Jake that, they wouldn't even believe that. It's like, man, you crazy, man. Man, you go to conspiracy theory stuff, and I'm like, they just told you on TV. Dang, fool.
When they say that commercial hard to stop a train, you talking about the air conditioner. When he saw the sword of the Most High, it would be hard to stop that sword from coming. You know what I mean?
They got a priest in the back of talking about some money. This is Psalms 49:6. They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them could by any means redeem his brother, nor give to Yahweh a ransom for him. So it's like, why you got this big bag of money, man? Yahweh don't care about that money. He care about, the true riches, which is the wisdom and understanding of his word, of him.
About whether you want to serve him or not.
Exactly. He don't care. I got 30 million, man. Y'all about to want no goddamn filthy lucre. Nothing he saw done made.
Really think about it, he gave him the keys of life and death. So if you got the keys of life and death, that ain't nothing to me. You know what I mean? I can provide you with resources that give you life.
So outside, pay everything. You know what I mean?
I want some paper.
Yeah, even these devils and their papers. You know what I mean? Yeah. People, they ain't looking at they stuck on the middleman. They stuck on Esau.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He blocked him. That's the spreading his leaves like a Green Bay tree and put him in the darkness, man. That's why he said they're in the dark, man. They're lost, man. And they are lost. And like this ain't the time to be lost, like you said earlier, man. We gotta thank the Most High. Hey, everybody out there that's watching too, that he brought us into this truth, man, and he brought us in at the right time. Because now the Lord about to open up. And I'm looking at our nation. Majority of them, they still clueless. Jake still looking for the barbecue. Jake getting ready to do an Easter egg hunt. They not paying attention at all, man. They it's like they head is in the sand, man.
Yeah, he saw rocked everybody back to sleep.
I got that precept that you quoted. I just quoted it out. That was the spirit right there. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, and I'm gonna start at verse 3. It said, "But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost." And it says, "In whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not, let the light of the glorious gospel of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them. For we preach not of ourselves, but of Mashiach, Yahweh Shah, the Lord, and ourselves your servants for Yahweh Shah's sake."
How's that light being shined? Through the spirit power of Shah on the middle of the Lord, so the other apostles on down like my brothers. On the highways, bringing out this word and teaching the That's the light of Yahweh shining. Does that say in the second Thessalonians, the first Thessalonians, where it say, "Ye are of the day." We are the day.
I get that for you.
I got one real quick. Jeremiah 51, verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, all right, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off of her iniquity. Hey, Babylon, America, Babylon the Great has a destruction time. An ETA, estimated time on arrival of the missiles. All right, so it's saying, flee out of the midst of Babylon. We're to flee out of this place spiritually. Do ourselves from the ways of the world and deliver every man's soul. Be not cut off of her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. All right.
Payback.
And recompense going into that destruction that is set to take place. You know, ultimate destruction will be a very developed day.
I got that precept that started for you. It's 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. I'm gonna start at verse 1. And it says, "But of the time in the season, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord, Yahweh Yahushua, so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them as the veil upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness."
Ooh, I got one to back up. Go perfect. That's the spirit right there, man. That back up what you're saying right there. We're not children of darkness. We're not in the dark, man. We got the light. What's that great light? That's your house shot. You know, your house shot light. That's that oil. You get your face. You know, put it to that fire, man, and lights you up, man. It lit up. And like when you're in the light, you can see. That's why we're not stumbling and groping. It's like this stuff isn't coming to us unaware. We see the MOTB coming, you know. We see the ICBM that's coming, man. So we like Oxford on the comment board and precept, we're building our treasures up in heaven. You know, that's why we're doing the good works, getting our faith together, putting on that righteous apparel, that wedding garment, and getting ready for our Lord and Savior Yahushua. You know,
Real quick, say wickedness. We also see it as wickedness and exceeding fruit the whole earth.
So
You know what I mean?
yeah, I'm gonna bring this out. This go what you brought out. This Psalms 4:19. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. You know, because they're in the dark. They over stumbling. Esau is throwing stuff in their way, and they just stumbling all over it. Like when you go line up for that jump shot, hey, you stumbled real hard right there. Real hard, you know? And that's good, like I said, hey, you trusted your enemy, man. You didn't know Esau was the wicked. You know, you thought that was something for your benefit. You went, like we just said, wrote that, you brought that percent earlier, you went to save your life, and you just lost your life. Because you went, Esau is compared to death. And that's what he just gave out right there. You know, he gave you a little bit of something. Hey, like a serpent, you're going to die slowly. Yeah. It's like poison, you know? You don't die right away, but
the serpent said you should not surely die.
Yeah, you're going to die a little bit later. Oh, it's going to be a slow death, you know?
Esau just straight devils. You got to think these devils sends people, you know, life in prison instead of just taking some out of misery and sticking them in a damn prison hole for life. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell?
Yeah. So I'm going to bring another precept. This going to talk about us. I'm going to bump up Proverbs 4:18. But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more until that perfect day. And see, that right there goes into our faith. That's why you got to have this 100% truth. Because you got to, like, when you get in the truth, you get edified, it's like you're building up. Also, like you're shining. You shine. They say you're going to be shining and shining until that perfect day. What's that perfect day? That's going to be the day of the Lord's wrath. You know? So once, you know, you're getting edified, you're getting this truth, man. Lord willing, when the day of the Lord comes, you'll be perfected. Your faith is going to be perfected. That way, you be like, you know, in the book of Eli, like, you ain't got the word is in you. You already gonna know what to do. You already gonna know what to say. You already know the truth. So you all the way armored up and you ready. That's why I like that precept right there, because it says the path of just is a shining light. You know, and look, a shining light, that's like your headlight. That's gonna lead your path. That's gonna lead you. You got a light that's leading you, you can easily navigate where you need to go. Now, if you ain't got no light and it's dark, hey man, you're gonna be stumbling, hitting stuff, might fall in a ditch. You know, it's gonna be bad. You're gonna struggle. You know, and that's, you can see the 230. That's what they doing, man. They all transing up. You know, jump shots.
That's how Esau operates too, because he operates in the dark. He hunts in the dark. So you ain't gonna see him coming.
God, he waiting in the bushes on your butt, man. You know, and put a little bait out there for your face.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? We already in the polluted place. Then you gonna let them put some poison in you. Now you got to go out there in the dark, and you got poison in you. You know, it's even worse.
Sometimes they're poison, and a lot of times when you get poison in you, it actually literally blind.
I got a couple real quick. Ephesians chapter 5, and I think I'll start at verse 13. For all things that are proved are made manifest by the light, for whatsoever doeth make manifest is light. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead. Going to that spiritually dead state, which we all was in at one point in time. With this spirit fire house on the side, we have to give him that light, we have to flow to. I said, wherefore he said, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, that is like the end of Mashiach shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, and making best use of this time to be built up spiritually, mentally, with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. To redeem the time because the days of evil, wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. So, as we build up this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, we know that the will of the Alpha outside is to destroy America, Babylon the Great, take all these Edomites out of power, along with these heathen nations that join hand in hand, bring destruction upon the face of the earth, like it's never been seen. All right. We also know, there's gonna be elect gonna get that salvation. It will be all right at the end of the day.
I got a quick one right here to back you up, Rocket. These are wise words from my Lord Yahweh Shai. But this disciple, okay, in the book of Matthew chapter 13, the disciple asked, why speakest thou in parables? Okay, but I'm gonna jump straight to the point. This is Matthew chapter 13 and 15. And he says, for this people's heart is wax close. Okay, so this is why this is why everybody can't get this truth, because he says this people's heart wax close. So they want to continue on in darkness. And he says, and their eyes are dull of hearing, and their ears they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears. That means that you repent and take heed to the word of Yahweh Shai. And he said, and should understand with their heart and should be converted, and I should heal them. Blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. Hear ye therefore the parables of the sower. Okay, this is why we said we come out here, we say we blessed to have this word. Like the argument mentioned earlier, he said Yahweh Shah woke us up at the right time. Okay, because a lot of people they basically envy us for having this for this word, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of all these scriptures. Okay,
I don't understand that. We're trying to give it to them.
Yeah,
and then even inside the circumcision, you got these other Israelite camps and groups, whatever, and have most of the important the same, but then they kind of pull off on some of these prophecies and whatever. It's like you have your vocab alone. What I mean? They definitely can't see.
But he ain't supposed to see. We ain't worried about that damn devil. He ain't supposed. He putting a stumbling block in people. That's what he trying to do. He trying to rock you back to sleep. That's Esau. Vocab. He trying to put you back to your dad. He trying to take the skin off.
That's why the wise words of Yahweh Shai in verse 17, because he said, verily I say unto you, he said that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see. They have their desire to see it, but they can't see it, right? And he said they have not seen them and hear those things which ye hear and have not heard them. Okay, so they go. A lot of times we tell them, and it goes from one ear and after that.
They can't make. I say have ears, but they eyes, ears, but they can't hear, perceive it.
A good reason why they can't do that is because they're not spiritual. This is a spiritual thing. So if you are carnal, you're not gonna come into this. That's why what we're building here is a spiritual temple. So you got faith. There it goes. That's what I'm saying. Hey, the principal thing, you ain't got faith, you can't come in there. Or if you're trying to fake to have faith, you're gonna fall out. And that's the one first thing. A lot of people don't even have a measure of faith. They'll see it in scar faded completely. And that's because, like you said, you said earlier, they heart is in gross darkness. They got their heart that's been tainted. And who's been tainted by Esau? They can't like let that go, like you said earlier, the middleman. Yeah, he done blocked it. And right now we're at the point where you can't be in that spirit, you're gonna be destroyed. Because like we say, now the MOTB is about to roll out.
And you gotta,
you know.
And another thing, well, in the book of Isaiah 55:11, where it said the Lord, well, actually about the 8th verse, where he said, my thoughts are not your thoughts, these are my ways, your ways. Those are things that actually goes into faith, because you really think about it. You know, the ways of Yahweh Shai is not going to be in your thought. How you think about where Yahweh Shai is not how it really is. Okay, we can say, we can imagine what the kingdom of heaven is going to be like, but that's still not the thoughts of Yahweh Shai. It's way beyond us. So that's why when we have faith, it has to be out of our mind. It has to be out of this world.
I like that point you made, man. That's why I like what you made. That shows us faith, though, because we ain't got, it's not all the way solid concrete. Right. So the Most High left it to where you're gonna have to have a measure of faith to even believe and be in it. You know, you just gotta know that He's gonna promise, He's gonna give it to you, and we just gotta we got an idea what it is. We don't act exactly know. And see, that's the separator between a carnal Jake and a Jake with faith. See, a carnal Jake need to know all the details. They need to know it completely. They just see it. It got to be tangible. This thing is intangible. You know what I'm saying? It's not just. It's not something like you can just all the way map all the way out. I can give you the pieces, you know, and then you got to believe on that.
So you go to the history of America, Esau, the European, like all the killing and death throughout the world. You know, you tell that to Jake, like, yeah, you know, fuck Esau, fuck the devil, you know. But then he say, you know, well, the Lord's gonna destroy America, and then they're like, wait, what? What? My home? You know what I mean?
Wait.
They don't want that. They stuck in
They see the wickedness, because what Yahweh said, they that shall wickedness shall reap the same. So you got to see the rulers of America, they plow wickedness throughout the whole earth, but somehow they can't see that wickedness don't come right back around.
Yeah, it don't come back.
Babylon is in their heart, man. Like I said, it's their home. So what they did was they conformed to this world. Like book tells you not to conform to this world. You know, but when you conform to this world, really you conform to death. So Esau rule.
Transformed by the renewal of your mind.
All right, gotta renew, man. And then like also, what's that? Arise in the park, but it's not. Exactly. So they are people they don't put that, man. They looking to lay their nest egg here. They got plans, 10-year investments, houses, you know, rent house businesses.
That's prideful too. You just present promises, you know, the next minute, let alone years down the road. You know, but that's the way that. Esau, he pushes that mentality upon the people. You know, that it's like say Psalms 49:11, that inward thought is the house will continue forever.
I had to catch myself from that, man. I was at the plantation yesterday, you know, and I was like, man, I need to be a homeowner, man. I need to figure out how to get me a house, you know, just going over that, you know what I'm saying? That then all of a sudden the spirit hit me. I'm like, man, no, man, what am I worried about that for, man? Yeah, we got the MOTB about to roll out. Everybody about to be homeless in a minute. Like, man, I better get back on this truth, man.
It sounds good, you know, when you that carnal thoughts, that carnal mind frame, you know, when the spirit kicks in, like, hey, ain't gonna
everybody gonna get blew up. I'm over trying to rack my brain. If I get a loan or get this money stacked up, like, I'm like, it don't even matter. Like,
at the end of the day, mostly have shit, car, house, paying all that shit, you know, how they just how you stress.
Yeah, like it's about to go. As I said, I had to get my mind, hey man, focus back on the kingdom, man.
Yeah, he's fucking this y'all can think like Esau coming over here, just, you know, stealing all the fucking land, taking over everything. Like, these devils ain't making shit. And then you got a little shitty ass, you know, maybe a house is worth like 10 grand. They got it on the market $60,000-$70,000, 30-year fucking loan interest, another 30,000-40,000. You know what I mean? It's like
maybe you pay that off, you still gotta pay taxes. If you don't pay taxes, they come back and take that out.
And they let you know you never truly own it.
Right.
It's never yours. It's Esau's. I'm like, how the hell I own a house I gotta pay taxes on? What the hell? What is that? That means I don't own it. And if I don't pay my tax, you gonna take it? So I really don't own it.
That's what they do. They put it right back on the market and auction it off. That's what they do.
That's crazy. You gotta pay. I said this place is Bexy, man. You gotta pay for everything, man. You gotta pay for your house, gas, medical bills,
Water.
taxes. After, no, I even heard you gotta pay for the water drain off. Like when it rains and your drain system go out, I heard they don't put that in the water bill. I'm like, what the hell?
Matter of fact, that lesson that I did, where they showed that woman on that woman that had all those bills, and one of her bills she had to pay for trash man to come pick up her trash.
You gotta pay for it. Yeah, that's in the water bill. Yeah, that's on the utility bill. So I'm like, what the? Everything costs here, man. Only thing that's free is the truth. And people like, I don't want that. I'm gonna go to Pastor Porch, I'll pay him, and he just gonna get you some live.
If you really think
That's
about
spirit.
it, man, and look, even Esau Edom, they slaughter all of the animals that's actually supposed to be cleaning the earth. Because all of that trash is that be laying out. The pigs to come and eat that. You see, so that was the ones that clean up the earth. But guess what? We slaughtering them because that's why the earth is is being destroyed by them.
The ocean real messed up because of that. Yeah. This place eat lobster and shrimp by the pound, by the ton.
And they supposed to be clean in the ocean. They supposed to keep the water clean.
Exactly. I don't know why the coral reef is bleaching. You can't figure it out like, motherfucker, you eating the ones who clean it. Dumbass. Esau dumb as hell, man.
You got real quick, Isaiah 47, start verse 5. Sit down silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdom. So I was wroth with my people, I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thy hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient has the very heavily laid thy yoke. Hey, even to this day, Esau, they laying that yoke upon Israel. It said, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever. He just got realized. Hey, that's how these devils think. Hey, America, their kingdom is reestablished forever. And say, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore, here now this, thou that art given to pleasures, thou that dwellest carelessly, thou that sayest in the heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not set as a will, neither shall I know the loss of children, but these things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day. The loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thy enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me, thy wisdom and thy knowledge he hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it rises, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. The last one says, stand now with thy enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. You know what I mean? That's heavy enchantments and sorceries and witchcraft. That's how Esau rolled. That's how he deceiving the mass of the people. You got all these entertainers, that are on that left side that are pushing that witchcraft shit. But like I say, it's all going to come to naught.
And see, he doing all that because all of this to lead you into that, into that MOTB, into that badge of servitude. That's what Esau, all this preparation for that badge of servitude, man. And he's doing this thing in order to try to rule forever. Because that's the way he can make you where you're not accepting Yahweh Shah. You got that character in you, you no longer fit, man. You no longer qualify. And in their minds, they want every Israelite to have that character. Because that offsets the prophecy. Therefore, Yahweh Shah can't come back and save nobody. Nobody qualifies for deliverance if you got that character in you.
Go to that video where it says, Alex Russo revealed what the mark of the beast is. And that's what he said. That's the ultimate plan of these wicked ass people in his bank. He said he wants the whole world to get that garage.
Yeah, I mean, that goes with the scripture, though. That's Revelation chapter 13. He calls them all, both small and great, rich and poor. You know, so everything is biblical, man. That dude, he just talked to one of the devils, and he gave it, you know, somebody can't believe the scripture, that came out carnal. They said, this thing is foolproof, man. It's out there carnally. Dude that was bumping elbows with Rockefeller said, this the plan. So I'm like, what more proof do you need that this is that thing?
He's not the only one, man. So, and I got a good precept right here too. But this is the reason why we out here telling you, the man, get out this world, man. Arise ye in the park, because this is not your rest. So this place is going to be destroyed. So this is Isaiah chapter 60, and I'm going to start at verse 1. And it says, arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, is rising upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. Okay, the gross darkness the people that lack the knowledge of what the devils are doing, the people that lack the knowledge of Yahweh Shai. Okay, he said, but the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. So when the Yahweh Shai come back, he's gonna be seen, and you're gonna see his glory, and that glory is ultimately he's gonna destroy this place. So I got another precept, which goes into Revelation. Okay, that glory of Yahweh Shai, when he come back, he's gonna destroy this place. Okay, so this is Revelation 18 and 17. And he said, for in 1 hour, so great riches it comes to naught. For every shipmaster in all the companies and ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood upon all. And it said, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, and saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their head and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, the great city wherein we made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her causelessness, for in 1 hour she was made desolate. Okay, so that is the when Yahweh shall come back, that is the glory of Yahweh shall, because he's gonna come back and destroy this place, and he's gonna and rule the whole world in righteousness.
And if you got the charisma in you, guess what? You qualify for part of that destruction. That's why we're telling you, do not take the charisma. Do not take the MOTP. We told you first not to line up for jump shots. You know, people still did that. Now we're telling you, don't take this. Now, if you take the charisma and the MOTP, I can say, you know, the 100% proof, hey, you destroyed it. I can call you that. I can say, hey, man, you a dead man walking. After that, ain't no ifs and buts about it. You know? So, I'm telling you, the second test is coming. That was their first round, the first test. You know, I told everybody around me I got love for not to do it. You know, everybody made their decisions. Now we're going for a second round. The second round is going to be bigger than the first round. And after the second round, we really going to see. We really going to be a revelation. Because after that, it's going to be known who is who. Ain't going to be no, you know, well, maybe I can dig it out, or, you know, I only got at least for 2 years or something like that. Nah, you finished, man.
That's the thing, you know. Let's go back to that free will. You know, hey, if you be a little willing, you know, you go down there and get that thing, and hey, that's a little willing, dang, you know what I mean? Like, I would say Hebrews 10:31 is a beautiful thing. I got a couple real quick. Revelation chapter 7. I started verse 1, said, and after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor the sea, nor the trees. So the angels hold back the destruction that is set to take place, all right, for a set time. Say, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, in the sea, or the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. All right, the elect being sealed with, you know, with wisdom, knowledge, understanding to the Spirit. All right, that once elected, sealed, then the angels, the Lord can give, you know, the angels have power to, hey, let the destruction take place. All right, but you know, we saw him. He go about trying to see everybody, and he always to the point where he thinks he can, you know, get everybody to take that juice, take that thing, but hey, the scripture say, you know, the elect not gonna go for it. You know, the destruction's still gonna take place. Esau's kingdom still gonna be destroyed. You know what I mean? So that is a beautiful thing.
So like you said earlier, we gotta have that mark right there, that spiritual mark. That's why the mother count, the spiritual mark is coming from Yahweh Shah. That's at the wow right there. You know what I'm saying? That's that exemption right there. Lord willing that we have that. And to qualify for that, you gotta be in the truth. You gotta have faith. You gotta have that oil burn, you know? And that's why we say it's so vital important to get edified and built up in this truth to even qualify for that. If you can't, if you outside of this truth right now, outside of the house of David, most likely you're gonna fall for that character, man. You're gonna fall for that. You ain't built up and you don't know, you don't have another system built upon you to resist that. That's why this word was given us what I said I read earlier, because you kept the word of my patience, I'm keeping it out with temptation. So that's why I tell everybody it's very vital important to stay in this truth. You know, the new people that I talk to that's coming in, hey, this is the most important thing right here. The house of David getting this truth. Because all that other stuff, that carnal stuff, your house, your car, all that, man, that stuff don't matter, man. When this thing kick off, when this word get pulled back, because like that's nothing to take for granted, is this word being on display. They think it's gonna be on display forever. You know, they tarry to meet the Lord. You know, they don't have a fear of the Lord, and the ones that's like on the fence, they're like, I'll get the truth a little bit later. I'll just give me a couple, get my bag a little bit bigger, then I'll jump in the truth. We telling you like I said earlier, we measure time diligence. And we at the end, you know, all these one little move over there with that Ukraine-Russia thing, World War III gonna pop off, you know. Esau already prepped for the MOTB. He can collapse the system tomorrow. It's a terrorist attack. Or say solar flare, you know. We're doing away with physical cash. We're going into this system. Report here to get the device so you can get the new system. They might tell us, hey, you can't work no more. Badges now are now, you know, we all inclusive. We gotta have that thing in you to get the building, you know. We only accept the people that got that thing. And they already showed you that with that one, the pass, on the jump shot pass. They showed you couldn't find a plane without it. You couldn't go in buildings without it. And you see, they started off with a mask. They went from the mask to a car.
And you see how, like, on YouTube, you got, you know, on all these social platforms, you got where these people can basically, you know, do whatever they do, and, you know, as long as it goes along with how their agendas are moving, you know, like the trans crap, this and that. But then you got the men of the Lord, you know, on the highways and byways, bringing out lessons. Hey, we getting what's it called? Where they cut our channels and stuff. We get strikes. You know what I mean? Hey, certain words you can't say. You know, words out of the Bible and shit. You can't say. You gotta be careful saying the MARK. You can't say the CHIP. You know what I mean? So you gotta use some common sense. You know, like shouldn't that you know throw up red flags to somebody that's you know maybe lacking a little bit of faith on the you know in between. Well, all this is possible. You know, all this wickedness they let that flow through, but then you got somebody reading out the Bible, breaking down words, you know, and you know talking about hey the times we in. They try to shadow ban. They cut brothers' channels. You know what I mean? You gotta. I mean, all the signs are there for those who are lacking or whatever. You know. So again, to wonder how much outside it, and Lord put us. Like, we all in. You know. We believe in the report. All right.
That's how you tell where everybody at, man. That's how I use that, man. I just throw a little something out there, you know, on the plantation. See what somebody has spiritually, you can just tell where they at, man, how far behind they is, or maybe they can get it, or they just like, I done talk to some day, they just like, oh, it's bag, you know, you can tell they just totally carnal. A person like that, I'm like, you ain't even worth it for me to even, you know, say nothing. I'm about to cash my I'm like, man, this dude a fruit beef pig. This dude all right, like a trans. You got a trans person walking around, big hair, glitter belt. Man, that dude ain't going to hear no truth, man.
Machete.
Based on what you're talking about, I like to resort to Matthew chapter 7 because they break down who the hypocrites are, what the things that they're gonna say. Okay, and you go chapter 15 verse, they say you shall know them by their fruit. Okay, the things that they say, whatever they put out. That's how you can tell who they
looking like this person just chopped their rod off and chopped their breasts off and then they fully trans. The truth ain't gonna value them, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna anger them trying to tell them the truth. They already made their decision. You know, they ready for the next phase, man. It's something for people that's like you said, you can tell debris is somebody that like what you say, seek the Lord, you should find him. It's people that's like, you know, they looking for it already. So all you gotta do is just come in and, you know, introduce them to the house. Because people, they already looking for the Lord. Really, you gotta find people that's looking for the Lord. They're seeking the Lord.
Damn shame gonna be no fucking trans, but they sit here for one purpose, that to be destroyed, you know what I mean? Like, that's what these piss me off. I want to see that, you know, Christianity, God love everybody, y'all drive down the road and you see some fucking freak, you know, bug the fuck out. And she's like, you know, that's a child of God too. I'm like, no.
Nah, hey.
Lord put people on this motherfucker to destroy. Let's think about Noah.
The majority.
Hey, think about
the majority about to be destroyed right now.
Noah's Ark, the majority was the whole fucking world except for Noah and his family and the animals. You know, the two male, female, unclean, and by sevens for the clean. Everything else, hey, Lord, destroy.
And plus, like you say, we're in the book of Revelation, and we are spiritual men. We got eyes that can see. So, like you said, we can spot somebody, and we can tell if they're on the path or they on what path they on, man.
Yeah, we all come from that path of destruction. You know, different levels, whatever. Hey, it's all headed to that one, you know, to destruction, unless it be, you know, Lord will it. You know how we turn from that darkness. You know, Lord calls out that darkness and give us this light. You know,
that show it was in us. We were looking for it. You know, that small bit, that small little bit of faith, man.
Stir their pure minds by way of remembrance.
And you can kind of see that in certain people. Like you out there, like, man, I think they might get it. And certain people look like, man, I ain't about to say nothing to this person, man. We'll start, man. You'll activate the demons in them.
You know, you have a whole bunch of little fucking vocabs running around. You know what I mean?
God, I'm just saying the transfer. You gotta get some of them truth. Hey, the Lord said, hey, no, I'm about to bag. You on the corner, then you ain't shit.
You mad so you throw the Bible down.
Yeah, you want to smack the Bible out your hand.
That's a lot of brothers.
It ain't about that.
I see a lot of cats with they talking to some they look like Christians or whatever. And they're like, close the Bible. You know what I mean? Like, you get all people and shit like, close the Bible.
Trying to see it, man, and they're like the people that's in her that ain't locked in, they gonna fall out when the time comes, man. That's why we all say praise the Lord that He keep us. They keep us locked in on this spirit, man, that we endure to the end. Because a lot of people in the truth right now, like a lot of these little camps, man, them dudes, man, this thing get off, them on TV come out, all the people, really, to me, hey, a lot of them gonna be destroyed. They'll come out of there right now. Because once the word get pulled back and it hit, and you in like IUSPK Sakari or something, hey, you not built up enough. You know, really, you in that worldly mindset, especially IUIC or like a GOCC. They trying to unite you in Christ, really unite you in Esau. You know, so you ain't gonna have the right mind, right spirit, and you're not gonna be ready for what's to come, man. You ain't been properly edified, you ain't been properly built up, you got that strange pearl on. And
elaborate on your point with that united in Christ. That's really think about it. That's idolatry right there. You know, that united in Christ, you know, Jesus Christ, all of that was man-made.
It's basically plantation Christianity, but that's how you put a Hebrew Israelite spin on it, to make it more digestible too. You know, I'm gonna pull this out too, because this is what Esau doing right here. This is what Esau got that idea from. I said Esau got everything, he got everything he doing out the word. Check it out. And this is what he's about to do. This the whole point of MOTB. This is Exodus 21:5. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free. Then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door, unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with the owl, and he shall serve him forever. So Moses laying down a law back then because we had servants. A servant will serve somebody for 7 years, and then he's able to go free. But it's like the scripture I just read, if he didn't want to go free, you would take him to the elders, the judges, and you bore a hole in his ear with an owl, which is like a sharp little device, and then mark he had would show that, you know, he serves whoever he was serving forever. Esau about to do that same thing, except he gonna put a technological spin on it. Yeah, that's what it is, the digital awl. Esau come with that digital awl, Bro, you got something?
I was just gonna say, even in that very same verse, that basically gave the servant the option to whether he want to leave or stay.
Yep.
See, but he's basically gonna take away that option. He's gonna force it. That's different.
Yeah, but see, it said, be faithful unto death. Right. So we still got the option. We got an option too. It's an option. It's like, hey, lay down my life before I get that goddamn digital out. So we got an option. That's it. You got to be built up for that option. A lot of people ain't built up for that.
But I was just speaking on as far as like the debate of Esau, because he's gonna make you think you have no other option by the family, the food, and all so on and so forth. That's what Esau's trying to do. Yeah, he's trying to be like the Most High.
That's why you need this word though, because if you built up with this word, you're gonna know you got an option. And see, a worldly person ain't gonna think they got an option.
You also gonna know, hey, if it means a lot, to die for the truth, yeah.
You have order.
And then, hey, so be it, because as I say, those that conceal to the end of the day, what's the judgment for anybody who won't take that thing?
And the waters, and another thing too, this is why it's a win-win with y'all shot. The waters gonna rise first during the resurrection. So that's still a victory. So really, the devil really checkmated, man. He can't win. Once you get built up with the truth, it's really game over, man. If you're really part of that whole collection, you got your faith locked in, because even if you get martyred, you rise first during the resurrection. So, you still won. So the whole point and the plan is, do not get the MOTB. Do not take that correct. I don't give a damn what the devil got you strapped up. You got the guns in your head. Take it or else. Tell them, hey, do what you gonna do, you damn devil. There you go. That verse right there. We could have ended off right there. That's what it's gonna be right there, man. You gotta be faithful unto death, man.
I got a quick piece up there. It's Ephesians chapter 6. I'm gonna start at verse 10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, Yahweh Yahushua, and put in the power of his might. That means we got to be in it. Once coming in the truth, we got to be in it, this thing 10 toes down. Just like God just said, we got to cleave on to the Lord Yahweh Yahushua. All right, it said, and put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Okay, the wiles of the devil, that's the strategy of Esau evil. That bait. Okay, the thing that he's going to try to make you basically serve him and not Yahweh Yahushua. All right, and it's in verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world. Okay, who the rulers of darkness of this world? That's Esau Edom. All right, against the spiritual wickedness in high places. Those are your elite bakers that actually practice witchcraft. All right, and in verse 13. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having one breastplate of righteousness, and your feet should in the preparation of the gospel of peace.
See, like I said, see that right there, sure, you got to be armored up to stand the wiles of the devil. What this greatest wild he gonna do is this MOTB, the digital owl, the karate. That's the number one thing he about to pull out right now, man. That's why you got your edifiers to resist that. That's gonna be like it's called the hour of temptation, man. People that ain't got this truth, they're gonna go for it. They don't know no better. That's why you need this word, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which is gonna be our stability when everything is all messed up. And it's gonna be easy for us to do it if you locked in this truth, And I got this is 2 Ezra 15 and 4. For all the unfaithful should die in their unfaithfulness. So if you don't have faith, man, you're not gonna make it through this. So I would say faith is the principal thing, man. That's what's got to be built up. Your faith is getting built up. That's what this edification is going out for. Your faith is built up. That way you can resist what the devil's about to throw out. And the more of your measure of faith, the easier it's gonna be to resist. Should we quite end up with that? Close up with that one scripture. We're gonna pull out all the not that one. Yep, right there, man, right there.
Revelation 2 and 10. I think you put it out earlier, but it's Revelation 2 and 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee the crown of life. Right in this verse, it says, he that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit said unto the churches. He that overcometh shall not be hurt in the second, in hurt of the second death.
Ooh, that's some ICBM missiles, man. That thermonuclear power, the charge and the missiles gonna burn this place up. And it said, be unfaithful unto death, which means even if this devil threats to take your life away, you got to be faithful all the way to the end. You know, all the way to that point. So really, you think about it, our faith got to be built up to can we withstand that? If this devil got us in a prison, because he said he's gonna cast us in the prison, beam a camp, detention center, you know, whatever it is, and he over here threatening our life, man, we got to be laid on the line right there. You know, that's what this edification is going out for. And the worldly people can't take that, man. Somebody that's built with the mechanism of survival, you know, they gonna build on their whole thing is like live, live, live. I gotta do whatever it is. I don't have no option, so I gotta take it. You know,
Save their life. And that what that I think quoted it earlier when he said, if any man wishes not the one to be, shall be put to death.
So hey, like you said, do not take the MOTV, the digital owl, the Caragma. It's coming quickly. It's on the books. Esau talking about it. He prepping it. He making it seem like something good, you know. And a lot of people gonna line up for it because it's something good. And then for the ones that's like resistant, that's when he's gonna cut everything off. No power for you, no food for you, no water for you, no nothing for you, man. Because you won't take my thing, you know. And then like we gotta be built up to where we can resist it. Like, man, I don't give a damn, you know. Take a little bird bath or whatnot if you got to, you know. But hey, that's to say, hey, go to build up because like them OnlyFans chicks or like them little bougie little feminine jakes, man. They ain't gonna better do that. I need hot water. I need my car. I need my house. I need my food. They not gonna have you built up to resist that. They gonna go for it. Then the Most High gonna go ahead when he come with that fellowship. He gonna give what they want, man. They got to know about pain. That's what I said earlier. They got to know about pain. So that's why we heard we're like good watch with warning. The MOTV is that Caragma. Look up that Strong's Concordance word for Caragma. You know, that is it. And it's going to be digital. And you can't buy or sell unless you have it because they're going to get rid of physical cash and they're going to go to a digital currency. That's why they're experimenting with cryptocurrency.
So even if you Google 06/06/06/2020, you get your patent to that crypto whatever it's talking about. That Karama is gonna be in you.
Yeah, that's Bill Gates. He one got it patent.
BG, yeah. I mean, it's there. You know what I mean?
And that's so spot on the scripture. It said, and he did it, man. Come on, man. Got myself shot. He runs the show, man. Yeah. It's the script. He made this devil put it in his little thing.
I said, 5511, where's the Lord? Not gonna come back for you.
So, man, with that being said, man, everyone pull. So they've been edified. Hey, want to give our praise and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Dr. God.
From Yasharala, baby, GTA, and Bible Ball.
Soon, very soon.
So, for all the comments on the comment board, man.